Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast and reading for the sign of Aquarius for the month of November 2018. Welcome Aquarius. I hope you had a great October. Let's see what's in store for you in November. November's the time of Scorpio, the first 3 weeks. So emotional, water, lots of interesting emotions rising to the surface. So remember just to keep the faith and move through. If the water's choppy or if it's calm, just move through. Let's see the energy around your reading. It's the Hanged Man. So some news is coming. Aquarius, something important's coming. So this month of November, it's just about going with the flow and waiting. It's like a sacrificial card. It's the card of sacrifice. So in the long run, it's basically teaching you patience. So if you want something so much, you just somehow the universe wants you to learn that patience until the time is right for you to receive this information, this news. And in the meantime, just go with the flow. Let's see what's going to happen for you anyway. It's a positive card. It's a positive card about teaching us about patience. This is where you are right now, Aquarius. Judgment. So karmic debt has been paid off. And by karmic debt, I just mean the blackboard's been cleaned. You don't owe anyone anything anymore. Hopefully in October, you've sort of sorted out a few issues that were floating around for yourself, connections with others. It's been put to rest, it's finished, loose ends are snipped off, and it's time for the new beginning, if you like, but it's very karmic, so just go with that. No, it's an important step that you've made, and now you can turn around and say, okay, what's next? What's my next step? What's my next lesson? It's gorgeous, this card. Very karmic though. What made that happen was the Wheel of Fortune, or is the Wheel of Fortune. So very much the energy of Jupiter coming in, crossing your whole cards this month, which is great. So good luck. Don't miss opportunities. They're coming in, even if you have to wait for it, Aquarius. So don't worry. Just wait. Learn the patience. Learn to wait. Learn that it's your time coming and opportunities are definitely in the breeze for you. So Wheel of Fortune will affect all these cards for you in November. Let's have a look at the background and see what's been going on. Queen of Wands. Very creative. Very much a mover and shaker, the Queen of Wands. She gets things done. She's a very patient person as well. So whatever you've been creating, whatever you've been working towards, just know that there is opportunities and results coming through. So don't second guess. Just know that where you've come from and where you're going is in your mind, and you know what you want to achieve. So don't give up on it. Just keep moving forward and wait and see. Very creative as well, as I keep saying. Recent influences, the Lovers. So decisions to be made, thinking about choices. So definitely there's great stuff coming for you, but the important word of the whole reading is indeed patience. So just sit back and think about what it is you really want. What are you going to choose, whether this be a romantic situation or a workplace situation? But to me, you've got big cards, so it's quite important, major cards, so it's quite an important decision. So make sure you use the patience and the knowledge of the Queen of Wands to think about it and be patient. The outcome isn't going to be a snap of a finger or a wave of a wand. It's going to take some time, but it's important. So these are really interesting interpretations to remember. When you think, why haven't I heard what's going on? But just be patient and really reflect on the decision you're going to make. It will be important. Let's have a look at the lesson you'll be learning in November. 8 of Pentacles, so moving on, working really hard, Aquarius, but also considering something new coming in. Perhaps for next year you want to branch out, you want to make hobbies more sustainable for you with an income, you want to write. 8 of Pentacles is often the card of the writer, so it's interesting. But it can be anything that you really have always wanted to do, but the fact of the matter is you haven't had time, or the timing hasn't been right. But it's sitting there for you to think about, and yeah, well, I can actually start that happening. Because with the 8 of Pentacles, there is money to be made out of whatever it is, but it will take time. And like anything, any venture you have to put in, constantly put in. It's karmic too. The more you put in, the more you get out. You don't put anything in, you don't get anything out. It's as simple as that. But I guess you've been harbouring this for a while, Aquarius, so keep working on that. Keep working on what it is you want to achieve, because you do know how to work hard. Second week of November coming in, we have the 6 of Swords, so definitely getting toward your destination. Been a bit of fog around, there's been a bit of difficulty sometimes, but now we're back balanced with the 6 of Swords, so things becoming, you can see where you're going, the fog's lifting. Just know that balance is coming back in your mind as well. You're an air sign, so very much attuned to the mind, very independent. So second week in, just go with that, moving forward towards your destination. After hard times too, I must say, Aquarius, that there has been some difficult times, but now you're fine again. So just know that 6 of Swords always comes of balance after a bit of a difficult time. But usually with swords, it's the mind. So be happy that that's rebalanced and reset itself for November. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. 10 of Cups, emotionally very stable, achieved emotional satisfaction for yourself. It's also the marriage card. It's also that union of emotional happiness we have with somebody, or even better still with ourselves. Because then when we have it with ourselves, we can share it with somebody else. We can't expect somebody else to give us that emotional happiness. It just unfortunately doesn't work, or it wears off, because we need to own that ourselves. How others see you for this month, Aquarius. Very balanced, very Sagittarian card coming in. Divine time too, so now is the time. Strike while the iron is hot. Things really, whatever you're wanting to manifest, it can be manifested. Others looking at you, seeing you as this balanced individual spiritually and outwardly. So it's a wonderful card. We've had a lot of the signs have had temperance for this month of November, which is really nice. So even if it does get a bit choppy with the Scorpio energy of water, you know that you'll be fine. You know that you can sort of manage your way through it, because you're balanced and balanced. Positive feelings, Aquarius. 5 of Pentacles. Now, if you have been feeling a bit left out, or just feeling, feeling like things aren't going the way you feel they should when you've put so much effort in, then it's time to just stop and perhaps look at how others see you. And this is just your personal feeling. And whenever we get the 5 of Pentacles, maybe you should talk to somebody about it. Just share that burden and say, well, what do you think? Because they're not going to see it how you see it. They see you as this balanced person, not as this person that's missed out on something, or that feels really flat, or that feels like their efforts haven't been noticed. They have, but it's just your perspective at the moment. And there should be no reason for that, because then we have to sort of talk to other people. You can't just carry that round with you because it gets worse. You have to talk to someone you trust and say, what do you think? And they'll tell you, oh, you're being ridiculous, because we've already seen, as I've said, others see you as very balanced, and you are indeed emotionally satisfied and emotionally in a good place. So then you have to examine why you feel. Five of Pentacles, why you feel sort of left out in the cold, in the snow. It's just your feeling. It's not how others see you, and it's definitely not what the universe has in mind for you. So ask yourself why. Put yourself under the microscope, and then go and talk to someone you trust. You have been through a lot, but you've learnt. Future outcome, so the last week, and we have Three of Pentacles. So moving on up, the Teacher card, spiritual learning. Very interesting, especially coming after feeling quite flat and left out. We move on in the last week to Three of Pentacles, where indeed you're moving from an apprentice to a master. So things are coming through your way, working really hard. You've got two working really hard cards this month. So please don't sink into that depression of the Five of Pentacles, because you're seeing it just from your perspective. You need to ask other people, and they'll definitely have a different perspective for you, Aquarius. So Three of Pentacles, growth, expansion, working hard, moving on up, spiritual learning, and the card of the Teacher. And just remember, the overall energy around was the Hanged Man. So that is about sacrifice and waiting. I'm just going to pop an additional card on that Five of Pentacles. It's the only card here that sort of has an inkling of negativity, but that's how you're viewing it. So underneath this Five of Pentacles is the Ace of Pentacles, so definitely new things coming in for you. There's no doubt about it. So rise above it and have a look around. Review this reading if you need during the month. But Ace of Pentacles is promotion, new jobs, new ideas, not worrying about money. Just being really optimistic about what the future brings for you in terms of material and your life, your material life on earth. It's good. For your final guidance card from the Buddhism reading cards, I'll just pick you one, Aquarius, for November. Pure livelihood. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. Inside each of us there is a longing to do work that helps others, experience greater happiness and joy, work that builds a better world. Consciously choose not to harm others in your work environment, and endeavour to find inner joy and job satisfaction in your employment. Know that the love you put into your work will inspire personal growth. So that just talks about, especially this Ace of Pentacles, you are doing well. Don't fall on your sword, or don't just stand back. Ask somebody for help. You've got great stuff coming up, Aquarius. I wish you a really happy month, and it looks like it's going to be. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.